everyone. We are your reporters from Aklan State University, Calibo Campus. I am Renz Cayente, together with Angeline Tabo and Nicole Angela de la Luna. We are representing BSHM 2C for the subject EGS, Gender and Society. Today, we will discuss the topic of the origin of women's oppression and theories of women's oppression. Be with us as we learn and discover important matters of this topic.
So good day everyone. Today we're going to be discussing about the theories on the origin of women's oppression. So on this chapter explores historical and sociological roots of gender inequality. It challenges the idea that women's lower status is natural and inevitable. Instead, it argues that discrimination is a situation that evolved over time due to shifts in religious belief, economic production, and social organization. So here are the core topics and the key highlights of this discussion or in this chapter. First is the shift of the goddess worship to phallocentry. So this topic says that early civilization were often matriarchal or elitarian, venerating mother goddess, figures of their fertility and life-giving power. Mother goddess cult, ancient social orders where women were highly respected as mediators to the gods and primarily life givers. Phallocentric societies, a shift where male power becomes central and the male organ or phallus was worshipped as a primary source of life, reducing women to a passive incubators. Next, the religious myth and the fear theory. This topic says that religious narratives are identified as powerful tool for justifying the law status of women by painting them as weak or dangerous. So Eve and Pandora, mythological features used to frame woman as the cause of human suffering or foolishness. And the downfall of mankind, fear theory, speculates that male supremacy was a reaction to fear of woman's original superiority. So this leads to the eradication of all traces of woman's previous power. So for the next topic, the economic shifts. So this one is the shift of production. So the transition from hunting, gathering to settled agricultural fundamentally changed women's roles. So shift agriculture required heavy labor and the need of many workers, leading to women being protected and controlled. So for production purposes, so labor production as a man took over food production, women are relegated to producing the next generation of laborers, so losing their economic significance and public influence. So for the last topic, it is the gender essentialism. So this one is the ideological justification of modern oppression. So essentialists reason that the belief and discrimination is based on nature or biological makeup. Biological determinism, the flawed argument that because women are physically different, for example, small, childbearing, menstruating, they are fundamentally built for domesticity and unsuitable for leadership.
Good day, I am Nicole Angela de la Luna, and this is a special report on the origins of women's oppression and how it continues to affect society today. In early communities, women were respected as life givers and essential contributors to survival. However, as societies became male-dominated, their status began to decline. Religious narratives like the story of Eve and the myth of Pandora portrayed women as weak and responsible for suffering. These beliefs shaped the idea that women were inferior to men. With the rise of agriculture and industrialization, women were confined to domestic roles, focusing on child rearing and household duties, while men gained economic and political power. This mindset is known as gender essentialism, the belief that women are naturally less capable because of their biology. Today, the impact of these beliefs remains visible. In the Philippines, violence and discrimination against women continue to be serious social issues. The Anti-Violence Against Women and the Children Act of 2004 was enacted to protect women and children from abuse and inequality. Women in leadership also faced harsher criticism. When Leni Robredo served as vice president, many attacks focused on stereotypes rather than her qualifications. The message is clear: women's oppression is not natural, it is socially constructed. And because it was constructed by society, it can also be changed by society through education, equality, and respect. This is not just history. It is a continuing reality that calls for awareness, accountability, and action. Because when we challenge inequality, we begin to rewrite the future.